So obviously we're doing a Turtle special, and what could a Turtle special be without seeing the latest film? All right, Sonya, as always, give us your opinion.
Okay, so I'm going to get through this as quickly as I can because I want to start repressing this film. It was awful. It was possibly one of the worst films I have seen in my life. In my life.
That's bad.
Look,
Come on, use your words.
I'll use my words. I love the Turtles. I love them. I have done since I was a small, small child, and this has destroyed them. It has broken off a little part of my soul and stomped it on the ground. And you know one of the biggest problems of it? It was boring.
Yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was boring, and it should never be boring.
Shouldn't be possible.
It shouldn't
really.
be possible. Look, the other thing, Shredder. Oh, bless you, Shredder, but you just look like a bad guy from Power Rangers.
Yes.
He didn't look like Shredder, scary Shredder.
No.
Oh, big bad guy, I'm really afraid of you and I don't know how the Turtles go. No. I just expected the pink Power Ranger to show up and kick him in the
Yeah,
head.
you're waiting for the Turtles to assemble the Megazord
Yes.
or something.
Yeah.
That at least I would have found amusing.
He had lots of shredding
Yes.
equipment though.
Lots of it. It
Lots
was on
of it.
magnets and
Yeah.
stuff.
Teppanyaki chef Shredder.
Yeah.
That's what he was.
Yeah.
And the other thing that really, really frustrated me is that all the Turtles... No, I'll take that back. 3 of the Turtles had the same voice, and then there was Mikey.
Yeah.
So...
Who was the wacky
Who
one?
was the wacky one, and
Yeah.
then, you know, wore bling and seemed to be MC Hammer. I don't know why, but he was. But...
I didn't mind a couple of his jokes, but it just did nothing build
did nothing.
toward it, and nothing came out of it.
There was
But
no
for
sense of
me-
personality there,
No,
though.
for
Yeah,
me
no,
it was
no.
like there's Mikey, so he's the wacky one. There's Donnie, who they just turned into Steve Urkel, which I'm sorry, Donnie's my favourite, and I'm not down with this.
They're supposed to be genetic marvels, but
Yeah,
for some reason he
he
needs
still needs
glasses with
glasses.
tape around the middle.
There's Raph,
'cause
who's
he's the nerd.
Yeah, there's Raph, who's the angry one, and then there's Leo,
Who was there?
who was there to make up for.
No personality
They
whatsoever.
just didn't build their characters like you get in the cartoons or in the comics. They weren't. I didn't feel like they were distinct people or turtles. And
Turtle people.
I'm not even going to mention April O'Neil. I just can't. I can't.
Don't worry, I'll get to that myself.
I'm gonna start repressing.
Okay.
Now.
Now.
Or Al.
Okay, well look, I'll start with a positive.
Okay.
I thought it was going to be longer,
All right.
and it wasn't, and that was good.
Okay, that's good.
You know, Michael Bay's involved. I thought it was going to be 2.5 hours of absolute hell. Instead, it was only an hour and a half, hour 35. Of hell.
Absolute
Of sweeping
hell.
camera.
Yeah, of just and there's lots of POV stuff, and now we're going to spend 5 minutes staring at Megan Fox's backside. It was atrocious. Awful, awful film. My expectations were low going in. This managed to undershoot them. I have to first put the blame on the writers.
Yeah.
Because the dialogue is just
Woeful.
horrifically awful. So many jokes. It's like they're just throwing jokes at a wall to see what sticks, and they're the lamest jokes. I just kept rubbing my forehead in disbelief. I mean, they seemed embarrassed by the content that they were writing.
Yep.
You know, there's all these lines about, oh, wait, so you're turtles who are mutants and ninjas and you're teenagers? Oh no, well it sounds silly when you say it like that. We're aware of the Ninja Turtles. They've been around for 30 years. You don't need to point out that it's kind of a silly premise because it's part of the zeitgeist now.
Yeah.
It's not silly anymore.
Yeah.
You don't have to make comments about, so they're aliens? No, that would be stupid. Just having a sort of, they think they're being tongue-in-cheek, but they're just coming across as smug, cynical, and embarrassed.
Yeah.
And it just was horrific to sit through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also have to mention Megan Fox. Because God, she's awful. She can't act. She can't act.
No.
You know, and they're trying to create a character where they're saying, okay, well, yeah, she's a reporter and she's trying to, you know, break through into serious news, and they keep giving her these puff pieces. And, you know, oh, it's a feminist kind of slant on it.
No.
Because 5 minutes after the opening credits, you stick her on a trampoline. And yeah, you say, okay, but that's the puff piece they're trying to put. No, you could have just shown the trampoline. But no, you stuck her on the trampoline.
Bouncing up and down.
Completely with no sense of irony about what you were doing. You've got Will Arnett, who I generally quite like. He's got some acting chops, and all he's there to do is to make comments that sexualize April O'Neil. That's his whole shtick.
Yeah.
Every single line. That's it.
Every scene.
Every scene.
Oh,
Yeah.
and I'm sorry. What was with April O'Neil's housemate?
Yeah.
She just
was
showed up
just
for 2
there
scenes.
to have exposition blurted at her.
It was the most ridiculous. I felt sorry for that actress.
Yeah.
That's really
She's
that's a
standing there
bad
going,
gig.
I can act. Why are they...
Sorry, carry on. I'm
Anyway,
repressing. I'm
so
repressing.
that's me. That's
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
I could go on, but I won't.
All right. Well, I have nothing else to say. I
Right.
don't want to say anything else about the film. I didn't like it. I'm terribly
Oh,
disappointed.
no, Ray, you have to say
We've got
more.
to push you a little further than
Out
that.
of all
Sorry.
of us, you were the one who was looking forward to
You
this.
were giving this a chance going in. We
I
expected
was.
something from
I
it.
was. I didn't mind some of the character design, but I just look. Okay. Well, I didn't know Megatron was going to be in the film.
Thank you.
I didn't
There he
know
is. Yeah.
he was there,
Yeah.
which is, I guess, is a cool little tie-in
Yeah.
between them.
They made him more pointy.
Yeah, that's right. I thought the gangster whole element wasn't very cool because you know what? They're turtles, mutants, and they're ninjas. That's cool. That's all I
They're
really
as
need.
drenched in cool as they are in radioactive ooze to begin with.
That's right.
We don't need more coolness.
That's right. The writing, as you said, is terrible, and there's just really not enough individual ninja action either.
Thank you.
Like
Yeah.
I can use my sai and do this. I can use my nunchucks
But they
and
spend
do
more
this.
time
But
getting
it's just
smashing people with their shells. Seem to be 90% of their fighting style.
yeah,
Which
yeah.
is not ninjutsu.
No.
No. Okay.
Not traditionally.
But what about
Or
you?
which they learned from a book.
Oh, from a book.
They find a book in the sewer and learn
From a book.
ninjutsu from it.
Yeah. Well, so did Splinter. He had to learn it as well from
Yeah,
the book.
from a book.
Yeah. Anyway, what about newcomers? Is there anything in this for newcomers? Are they going to like it?
No, don't watch it. If
Okay.
you've never come across Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles again, go and watch the 1990s original
Yeah.
film. Read a comic book. Watch Nickelodeon cartoon.
Maybe Nickelodeon
Yes.
animated series, pretty
Love
good.
that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't watch this film.
Okay.
Don't take your children to this film. Don't take anyone to this film.
Okay.
And
Al?
I think I'm sad and disappointed to say, but I think that there will be people who like this film. I
Yep.
think there'll probably be a lot of people who like this film and will
That's
shell out good
fine.
money to see it.
Okay.
I hope that the majority will see it for what it is and shun it like a rabid dog.
Right.
But I think a lot of people will like it. What I have to say is, look, guys, it's my birthday this month. If you want to get me anything, just don't pay to see this movie. Because it's people paying to see Michael Bay's movies that just perpetuates the cycle of
It's
garbage.
enabling him.
Just it just keeps him going. So
right.
just send a
Birthday
message.
wishes.
Just wait for it to be on TV.
That's right. And look, I don't think it gave too much of the I don't think it gave much for new audiences because it felt like an adult talking to a child, and the child is smarter than the adult saying, yeah, I can see it already, and it's just dumb.
Yeah.
And if I was that child, I would be wanting to spit this movie back into my hand and go, ah.
Yeah.
That's my whole feeling on this.
So that's what we thought. And leave us your comments on our social pages.
Yes.
And we'd be interested to see if you
Yeah.
loved or hated the film.